Well, Tottenham Hotspur needed to bounce back and get some wins under their belt, Stevie, Nicol, after what has been the 3 back-to-back losses, their worst run in the Premier League in 9 years. But they managed to do that 2-0 win over West Brom. I think with or without their struggles, given that West Brom are relegation threatened, many would have picked Spurs to win. Harry Kane back and scoring. Was he just the difference that they were needing, or did you see something else that made the difference?
Oh, no question. He completely changes this team. And he completely changes Heung-Min Son as well. No surprise. A 2-0 victory. Guess who got the goals? Kane and Son. So, yeah, Harry Kane's just a complete difference maker. He did have a couple of chances in the first half that he kind of looked a little rusty on them. But then, of course, he gets another opportunity second half and buries it. And actually, the game's done because West Brom, I mean, they had one header on target in the first half, and that was about it. Good save from Lloris, of course. Mm-hmm. But other than that, you never get the feeling that West Brom are going to hurt anybody, and they didn't hurt Spurs. And as I said, the real thing for Spurs fans is that the duo of Kane and Son were back together and firing on all cylinders.
And I know this is obviously something to celebrate, but does it kind of worry you as well just to see the massive drop-off Spurs continue to have when Harry Kane's not there, and then how it just goes back instantly when he is?
Well, I think a lot of that's down to the way they play. You know, when you don't create as many chances as certainly the team on paper looks exciting, but they don't play exciting football. And so unless you've got Harry Kane firing, as we said, on all cylinders and taking an opportunity when it arises, if he's not playing, who's taking the opportunity? And that's kind of what we saw when Kane wasn't there. They had chances in previous games, but nobody just quite has the spark that Harry Kane has. And so, unfortunately for them, he's, as I said, the difference maker.
Plain and simple as that. And I mean, as you said, Spurs don't play exciting football, but today they looked like they were doing it. Had a lot of possession. I understand that West Brom obviously do allow for this. They were constantly on the front foot. I think fans would probably want to see them play like this a bit more. I know it's not the Jose Mourinho way, but could they learn a little something from this going forward?
No, it's not happening. I mean, the second goal is a classic Spurs counter. Yeah. Harry Kane starts it off with a nice little chest to Lucas Moura, who runs 50 yards right at the heart of the West Brom defence. And Heung-Min Son coming late, buries it. I mean, that's just a classic Spurs goal. And that's the kind of goals generally you're going to see from them. They ain't turning into a Man City or a Liverpool at their best. They're a Jose Mourinho outfit, and we know what Jose's teams produce.
Coming up next for Spurs, they've got Everton in the FA Cup, and then they've got a big one in the Premier League against Manchester City. I know that this is West Brom and a completely different kind of game for them, but mentally, how much does a win like this at least help them going forward to get ready for these two clashes?
Huge. You know, footballers and football teams thrive on winning games, regardless of how good or bad. You know, it can be the scruffiest win ever, but when that whistle goes and you've got the win in your back pocket, you still feel as good as if you had played like Brazil in the pomp. So yeah, it's absolutely huge. And of course, there's no chance that Mourinho doesn't play his first team in the FA Cup because he wants silverware, and regardless of what it is, whether it's the FA Cup or anything else, he's going to try and win it.
And finally, let's just spare a thought, I suppose, for West Brom, because we know that these are the kind of situations that Sam Allardyce does thrive in, but it is kind of now starting to look like a mountain too high to climb for him, isn't it?
Well, it's tough when you're putting men behind the ball, regardless of the opposition, and then relying on breaking 70 or 80 yards up the other end to score. It's going to make it a long day, first of all, to defend. It's going to make it tough for any centre forward. I mean, Diange that they had playing today was basically on his own the whole time. He did have one chance, but listen, one chance in a game, that's not what strikers want. They want plenty of chances. And if you play for West Brom, that's not what you get.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.